Hello traders, and welcome to this new Bitcoin technical and order flow analysis video. We have new week upon us and Bitcoin deserves to, we need to do analysis for Bitcoin. I want to show you macro fundamentals which are affecting current move to the downside, and we will be starting then with the technical analysis and we move to order flow analysis as well. In the summary, I start to expect Bitcoin to push to the downside. We have 13 minutes until New York cash open. If we get pump, I will be looking to short Bitcoin on my swing account as well, because yesterday I was shorting over here this clean swing failure pattern. We will be starting video with this, and then we had another push to the upside. I was not engaging, but I later on engaged in shorts. But I have no full position. I have only 35% position because I needed wider stop loss, like pretty wide stop loss. I was waiting for more confirmation. So I don't have full exposure on the short side, even when I expect more downside. Another thing, I took profit. So I was loading up Bitcoin in the 80 to 74K area. I took profit on my, we can say I have two portfolios. One portfolio is more active. I am taking profit on spot Bitcoin as well. And I will be using this money I booked on Bitcoin is around 20% only of the total allocation I did below 80k. So 20% take profit. I will use that money to buy Bitcoin closer to 95, 90 or 85k. So when we get the deeper pullback to the downside, that's what I'm going to do. But overall, I don't plan to sell much Bitcoin because our members asked me what's my plans with Bitcoins. I want to hodl Bitcoin for a long time because we are in the global uncertain world, and I don't think there are many alternatives in the world as Bitcoin. You have gold and Bitcoin, and that's about it. And then upside is really unlimited for Bitcoin, is literally programmed to the upside. So you don't want to sell much Bitcoin, but if you're looking at it as a swing trade, then yes, you can close. I also have no long position on the swing side. Yes, I closed everything as well because we hit a lot of targets, about 100,000. So let's have a look on Bitcoin. There will be a lot of good information as always here. So enjoy. First, I want to talk about yesterday short because let's go here. So this was our 10-day range, actually 9-day range. I don't trade over the weekends. I enjoy time. I'm sporting, I'm enjoying time with family, friends. So I'm having good time, but I always have alerts on key high and key low of the range. You can say, oh, I didn't need order flow to short this. It was clean visual swing failure pattern. Yeah, that's one view you can read, but sometimes you get very only scalp reaction from the highs and then you push to the upside. So order flow here was important to keep you in the trade, to keep you in the short and give you realistic target. So this was before we open on the CME, so it was also CME gap was created over here. So we were taking the high, very clean reaction. Let's have a look. Spot markets, you can see many walls, like you had a few big walls and you also had smaller walls. So people were selling as a passive market participants on spot markets with many orders here. That alone was trying to exhaust the market. There was really good momentum to the upside. Open interest was increasing, but this was also local EPA. Look at the volume. So volume spiking delta. This was forced selling. Open interest was going down. So shorts got destroyed here because when we go to liquidity and we go over here, yes. This was internal liquidity. What internal liquidity means, so you have a range, 9-day range or 8-day range. You have one high, two equal highs together. So you have more internal shorts build up from 13th of May here. If you move here, you will be destroying them, but you did very tight swing failure pattern. So in the end, you left major liquidity above, which was taken later on. I was warning our traders, we are taking this trade nicely, but in the end, if we return back to the high, we'll be taking most of this big liquidity, and this was outside of the main range high, so a lot of people got properly stop losses here. So this was even more important. But let's go back into this trade. So we were seeing some beautiful absorptions. You also see very large open interest increased. Delta is very positive, so lots of longs are opening into the top of the range. This is the funny thing, right? So you go sideways, you go into the range lows. Not many people are opening at range lows, but at range highs, suddenly huge people this is just weekend, you know, you miss institutional buyers or sellers, and this is just retail, you know, going crazy for breakout. Yeah, and breakout trading is the most riskiest job in the world. And you see, well, as you started to go into the pullback, you had fuel to destroy those people. As you see, we were taking the liquidity. Now once we took that very clean short, you can see there was heavy buyers on the perpetual markets, most important pair in the world, BTC USD Tether. Each wall was like 400 Bitcoin, so it was in total over 1,600. This was well ready to fill positions and to feel the pain, to fill position on the pain of the longs, which will be closing. So I told our traders, so on the short, you can see I was pretty greedy on the short until we get here. Some people could prematurely close short position here. No, we don't do that. I said clearly, I will be looking for take profit in front of it. That's what we got. In the end, we were moving to the downside. We also were expecting the main move to the downside, especially like me, I was expecting main move to the downside. When we go lower, because the longs were not at the highs, we've got some longs, they were already getting wrecked here, but another big chunk of longs were here, okay, here in these regions. And now when I go to Exocharts, you will see when we accelerated move to the downside. Let's go here. So this is our swing failure pattern. Major longs are here. Look at this delta, crazy delta, 145 million, 500 million candle. That's beautiful. Once you come below this candle and below this candle, you accelerate, move to the downside. And this was the most for selling. Look at that. Now you are destroying properly all those people, open interest going down. Yes. So now, and we were actually hitting, I need to refresh this because Kiyotaka needs a lot of refreshing. It's not ideal tool. It's, you know, Tradinglite is still down, but so this is spot. We need to watch here. Yes. So you can see here we were filling a lot of orders on the longs getting destroyed. The passive market buyer was filling a lot of positions, and he in the end exhausted market. This was final move to the downside. I took around 50% take profit, and I was keeping 40% was taken here, and then take profit 10% taken here. I was leaving 50% left on the market, but in the end I got stopped out because we were moving for the rest of the liquidity. Yes. We were also expecting open interest to decrease even after a later on push that happened after you took out the high. Yes. You can also see this was like textbook because we then returned to the highs. And delta round trip was happening. I mean, this is very simple template, but I find it useful. It's just showing you the fuel in the system is getting chopped. Yes, the shorts are getting stopped out, longs are getting stopped out. You can see how move down was the delta was matching the longs who were pushing from like all Sunday. So you took most of the people out with that delta round trip. That's also good confluence for long, right? And then you push to the upside. So now everybody who was shorting in the move to the downside is getting stopped out. They have to take profit one, or most people were greedy, so they were not even taking take profit one. So again another decent confluence. And there was also a big warning sign for us. We will move back into the highs. Someone sold 60 million on the spot market, and he moved price like absolutely nothing. He moved like 0.20%. Yeah, in the like proper without absorptions, you can move market much more further with such delta. Look at here, yeah. Look at this delta. Now you're moving you are moving market 3 times more. So no absorptions here, big absorptions here. So you push for the highs, you push for the liquidity. We are also kissing my trade area as we were pushing to the upside. The setup later on when we pushed into these highs, you could view this as a swing failure pattern of this high. Let me show you. We've got a few more highs here, yeah, like 1 or 2 equal highs, but you can also view this push, the secondary push to the upside, as another swing failure pattern. So you've got that reaction. I was only taking smaller short ones because now it was even better setup, yeah. So you've got these longs, but they are not at highs. But right now, very little shorts on Binance, but you are getting huge shorts, huge longs over here and over here into the highs. So you could have even a more safer short when you move below this candle, then you need wider stop loss, lower leverage. So I was entering somewhere here because I was not much on the PC. I was already very tired, so I entered very late, but in the end it was okay entry. But it's still, I took profit, so I don't have much exposure on the short side. As I said, 35% on the short side, so I need really another pump to add to my short to retest these trapped longs, because open interest was going down, but still some people are still trapped in these regions here and here. So today on New York, you will get another, like, it's gonna be very big gift if you push to the upside and then you get strong reaction to strong rejection from this larger area of trapped longs, or even swing value pattern of Asia high, still possible as well. We will see on your cash. Maybe it's gonna not even giving us the push to the upside and just continues to the downside. So that was these two setups you've got during Asia and CME. By the way, you can look at the CME, how it's when we were short on the weekend, how CME was also target CME gap 5-minute time frame. Yes, when you got short here on the range high swing value pattern, your targets also are becoming, so you got big balls. You've got a lot of reasoning to take profit here, but also CME gap deviation was closed. Yeah. Then you actually got another one and it was closed later on. So just always be aware of the CME. It's a very useful confluence for the thing. Now I just want to talk a little bit about macro. I need to go here. I was sharing one article. Forex Live I really like I know maybe some of you don't pay attention to the macro, but I do. So I just want to, you can even read this article. I just want to remind you, it's still not over for the tariffs. It's just pause. It's the things are showing up. Maybe there will be no deals with some countries, so it can still harm the US economy. It's just pause. Yeah. So we will see in the middle of the summer. And another thing, and this is probably the most moving market thing I want to mention today. So look at that. When we were, so Bitcoin opening at highs, but we are getting large gap to the downside on ES. So this is just now maybe 5 or 10 minutes talk of macro, because I want to show you how ES1 can drag Bitcoin down. What we want here. So ES1 is here, 1 hour time frame, so you see it better. This was Friday. So on Friday, we already started going down on futures. The Moody was downgrading US as a country to lower standards. Yes. So it's not getting the best standard for the treasuries, and overall outlook is now stable, but it was downgrade. Okay, it was last agency to have a higher outlook for US. So this was already causing move to the downside, and then we were opening, and now you can see it's continuing to the downside. So it's affecting market mood today a lot. That US lost its status. We will see on cash open, if we start pushing or not. What I see very concerning for me, for the US and for the world, is, so you have gold up. This is showing you risk of day is in progress. Yes, people are pouring and doing safe haven inflows. Also a dollar is weakening again on pairs. And another thing, this is the most concerning thing, the yields are very high again. Okay, I think some entities still wants to book a lot of exposures in the yields in these areas, 4.5 to 5, but it's getting more and more expensive for US to serve its own debt. Yeah, and if this continues push to the upside, you will see more and more downside on equities. Yes, this is inverse correlation. US equities don't like when US debt serving is getting more and more expensive, so be very careful. Watch this high as well. The 30 years treasuries are already at not all-time highs, of course, but the cycle high. Look at that. Yeah, again, back 5% getting retested. 5% is, by the way, a very big line in the sense I think the US government itself can be defending here with Fed, in my opinion. So 5%, we will see if you do swing value pattern or not here, but you don't want to start trading about 5% for a long time, because then you open around for 6%. It's going to be very bad for US economy in the long term to pay such a high amount for just serving the debt. Okay. So I think yields, if they continue to the upside, the equities will be going to the downside. It's not going to be good. So that's the macro of today. It's pressuring Bitcoin. Altcoins, looking at altcoins, they're already looking not ideal. Some trader was asking me where I would be looking to buy Ethereum, just in general chat. I don't even trade Ethereum. I showed him 3 arrows, 1, 2, 3. I would be looking here, 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 and you can see the point of control and high volume node already. Gave him trade if he wanted for 7%, 8%. Solana, by the way, is looking the most bearish from big alts. So same like Bitcoin, but is already, so yeah, you see clean range here, is already below the range and it starts to feel the inefficiency. So this is first major alt pressuring Bitcoin and Ethereum and other alts, you know, to the downside. So, and if you start doing this on Ethereum as well, you lose this POC, you fail swing failure pattern, and here, then you will be feeling this inefficiency. I think there are still major buyers on Ethereum because we can check at the end of the video if you want. And another thing, you can do cross charting on Bitcoin versus equities. Just want to show you equities. ES1 is confluence for Bitcoin as it's dragging it to the upside or to the downside, and now it's facing resistance region because we are still unable to reclaim for Mount Val. So you need to start building value here. Yeah, you need to come here and you need to start reclaiming it as a support. So then you can go into this high volume node. Then you will see if there is reaction. Then you can rotate range fully. Point of control and VAG is over here. So, but right now we are spending time below. So, and there will be important retest in 24 hours. Yeah, even during this session, possibly like you come here and it's gonna be decision if you do this. So watch this as well. What we do here, because this is critical region if you want to return to all-time highs and rotate this range or not, and it's gonna have impact on Bitcoin, yeah, trust me. So very critical area. And also look at the pump. Yes, so the pump was crazy, but in case the negotiations and tariffs, I think we have 90 days. Okay, so markets of course are pumping, destroying everybody. I told our traders this it's very important to go beyond this high because everybody was shorting on tariffs here. So if you start going beyond this, you start squeezing people. So you can still squeeze people more. But as soon as we come closer to the deadlines on tariffs, the markets can be more and more nervous if they don't see more deals, more good deals and so on. So be careful. I think in a few weeks, when we'll be like 60 days in tariff pause, markets will be carefully watching, and maybe then we will have a move to the downside. And remember, there is old saying says sell in May and go away. So we will see if that's actually true. Yeah, but you need to change the structure and do some proper rejections from these areas. Ideally you get below this high as well, and then it's gonna be negatively impacting Bitcoin. We still push to the upside. So yes, so equities are getting bought on cash, so that's pretty cool. Now I think it's time to go for Bitcoin technical analysis. We will go from, some people go from high time frame to low time frame. I do it opposite. I go from lower time frames to high time frames, because for me these local setups will be giving you more confirmation. We should really start with market structures. These are supply and demand areas. I need to go to high time frames to actually see why the heavy rejection started from here. You can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 multiple wicks in the area. This is the last strong, like really strong rejection area for Bitcoin. If it starts rejecting from here, you have a potential to actually go for swing short reaction to the downside to feel the inefficiency. And it's also profit taking area, because this is last strong resistance before you attack the all-time highs. Do you see what happened here? Lots of consolidation, lots of rejection, also lots of liquidity above. So you pretty much don't want to go beyond this high, because you are building now liquidity for all-time highs. You can also see we were spending above this area only like 8 hours, so you pretty much don't have volume, AMT or other resistances above, yeah. And you also have this above, yeah, but this is the strongest where bears are taking the stands and they are defending. So already one touch, second touch, yeah. So that's why I was telling our traders I'm looking at the shorts in this area. I also have another trade area here. The first trade area gave us, once we arrive here, good reaction, like at least intraday. Then you run the area and then you've got a strong reaction. So my trade area, which was here, already get us 4.5% move. That's very good. That's like day trade. And another trade area got front run by literally by $100. So yeah, I was prepared to short here. I was not shorting at the highs, but I took later entry, so I have some exposure. So yeah, the trade area is here. In case we return back to high and run this trade, I will be still looking for shorts in this area. This is last area I'm looking for shorts before all-time high, which is over here. Yeah, so we will see what's gonna happen. Then you can get actually all-time high swing failure pattern for really good reaction. But let's return now to this. We can now go to 1 hour time frame. By the way, Bitcoin is still not confirming any move to the downside. Like, I'll be showing you what I want to see if you are in short, because some traders in Asia in our group are taking short as well. So I'm also have partial position, and I will be showing you what I want to see for shorts to start making money, because I can wish, I can pray, I can whatever, but if Bitcoin doesn't confirm you, it's not gonna give you evidence it wants to move down, then it's just not gonna move down. Yeah, it's gonna range further. And right now we still are contained into the range. So even if you took the shorts here, you need to take another take profit, the val, because you still hold the val. Yeah. So you can see we are still trying to hold inside the range, and I want to show you what actually caused this range here. Yeah, look at this, and you will be really surprised. Maybe some of you who don't know AMT, but you know, it's loading very slow. But the reason why the range was created here, so I was showing you the top was, you know, done from the multiple rejections. There was heavy selling here, but also we've got in the previous run in the January, we had 2 weeks range here. So market arrived into it, and the boundaries, the val and vag of that range was creating boundaries for our current range. Everything has order. There is no chaos in trading. You will find it once you understand. Look at that. Yeah, so continuous support, resistance, first retest of that, again resistance for the swing failure pattern, then another push to the upside, but it was failed auction because you were above just one, not very long time, like 15-30 minutes above. That's nothing. So again you move down, and again we will look if we found support again here, very likely after you swing failure pattern of this low, and you do this recline push to the upside. And now, so for me it's really two things from like more local AMT to move to the downside. I want to see market clearly, like again it didn't close below 10 as well. I want to see it losing this area and also moving down here, failing with swing failure pattern. Maybe we get it, we get retest, and then you move down, or you just go straight down for the inefficiency. So that's what you want to see if you are in short, to see finally more fruits on your short as well. So that's from very local AMT. And when you go down, yes, you will be feeling we have single prints and low volume nodes here, not much support is here. Then you will be doing friendly retest of the previous range, where we spend also a significant amount of time, 2 weeks, and then we will be looking for bullish retest ideally into like, this is like very like wider box where you will be looking for longs. Okay. If the box fails, it means you go for the liquidity of these lows. Yes, you have equal lows here, so you have a liquidity here, another potential area for longs. And if you fail here, you've got again inefficiency, so you go for low volume nodes. That's like a lot of future planning. We will see. We will need to analyze as it's happening. So that's from local AMT. So Bitcoin still holding range, even though the rejection was very heavy. I'll be showing you a lot of volume was traded and so on. From medium time frame AMT, now this is even more clear. You can see how I am immediately switching to high time frame. So I know we are ranging here. I'm trading intraday setups, but I'm also very aware while we hold. So you see, Bitcoin is not only trying to hold local range, but also 3-month VAG secondary pool, and also 3-month VAG the main pool. This is like whole area. The bulls who are aiming for all-time high breach and for potentially like much more expensive Bitcoin prices, and they are super aggressive. They are loading up their positions. They're absorbing here in this box. Once you lose this box, it means they fail their battle, and we go for deeper pullback. And then you will be doing critical retest of the 3-month point of control, where we will see what's going to happen. We do have the high volume node, which was first resistance and now flipped into potential support. So I'll be looking when we go to the downside, when this low is lost properly, liquidity taken, for another local range to be formed here, and out of that range I can position both to the downside and to the upside. I'll be looking at extremes, and I will be playing that range. It means if it's gonna range for like 7 days or 12 days or 20, doesn't matter, I will be taking profit on extremes, and I will be increasing my exposure to other direction, to another new rotation. Out of that, then I will ultimately have the exposure for both directions. That's the best play for the intraday traders on Bitcoin. Same like here, yeah, we play both directions, and the winning direction is you know, taking profits, and it's other way. So this is going to be interesting area. If you lose this, again, 3-month high volume node and 3-month POC, for me it's gonna be pretty bearish sign, and it's gonna tell me Bitcoin wants to complete another full rotation of this range, and we will be seeking support in these around these lows, and then the 3-month value area, 3-month value areas. Okay, so that's very, very simple here. And you can see market is paying attention to this pool, is the most critical pool, because you see how many times we were trying to establish the lows out of this. This was significant support, and again, support will be retested. Very likely we get nice reaction. So that's from AMT. From anchor view ups, we have really easy things to see here. 1 hour time frame. Let's let them load them up. 50-minute time frame, so you can see this one better. Man, it's taking time to load things. Maybe I have too many things in the Tradinglite. Who knows? Who knows? But this is crazy. Why it's getting so slow? Maybe I need to install the guy have super strong computer, and I need to install this as a desktop app maybe. So as we were moving to the downside from another short, the shorts are still fully in control. There was not even touch to the anchor view up. If you get retest, it's gonna tell you if the shorts are holding strong, or you get reclaim, and then it's gonna break some of those shorts. And you can also see this is a very important view up on the medium time frame, like intraday to medium, because it's currently measuring the total impulse, like full impulse to the upside from 94 to 107. And you can see from this point, market is showing you it's viewing it as an area. So each time we arrived here, it was big battle, and it was more like area. Again, big battle area. So 3 times support. Reaction starts to get smaller and smaller, so you be careful. But another bearish sign for you will be losing this anchor view up. Then you open road to the downside, and you will start pushing out the people who are in the impulse. Yes, the late I don't want to say late longs, but they are there. Maybe we've got this anchor view up from the full range pool, which was supporting market better. Let's see. Oh no, it's still far away. You can, by the way, watch this one as well. It's from the middle of the range. It's gonna offer you support in the middle of the inefficiency. I will keep it, and then one more anchor view on 1 hour time frame. Hope it shows fast. Yes, it shows fast. Is now from the 74,000 lows. It's still untested. So for me, this is big support of the overall uptrend on a high time frame. It's now currently at 94,700, let's say. And you also flipped all those previous resistance anchor view ups into support. So again, future support is here from anchor view ups. Order books, not order books, order blocks. I was just keeping some order blocks for this video. You can see strong, like the key thing for you to remember. I know if you trade traditional markets, you use order blocks a lot. Order blocks for me are secondary confluence, but I know oftentimes we have trap traders in the order block, so that's why you get, like here, a lot of people getting long. So you are getting, like, the most important thing for order blocks is how much volume was traded, delta, and then trap traders, and then it's gonna give you area where you look for shorts, okay, from those people who got absorbed, because trap people also causing big absorption. So it's showing you the passive market participants were protecting the region, and it's gonna likely to show again because they might still have open orders in the area to complete the order. So I will be now deleting, but I just want to show you order blocks are pretty cool, but you just don't like, you come here, you don't short just out of the order block. You need like full order flow. So this one got reaction, this one got reaction, but smaller. Yes, The previous one was better. 1 day order block is still resisting, like it was causing resistance for a long time here, but is now played out, delete. 4 hour order block was here, gave a reaction. New 4 hour order block was born, and now it's really good one, because I was showing you in Exocharts, we've got big longs. Open interest is already decreasing, but again, some people still are there and absorptions were there. So again, big resistance from these 2 longs. So you've got this one, and then we have another one above us, and below us we have a lot of order blocks as support. We've trapped a lot of shorts in them, so you will be seeking them. The best order blocks, of course, are the range extremes. So this one, yes, and these two as well. Actually this one as well, because it's also at the end of the impulse here, so you can watch them. Even here, when I do this, we copy, we turn it on, we go for C is, 4 hour order block, we need to go C, this one. Man, so it's loading up for a long time. Yeah, so you can see even at these range extremes, we keep trapping shorts, and then order blocks are also holding us, like this shorts region. Like you see a lot of people shorting into the like breakdowns. So again, 1, 2, 3 reaction. That's just funny. Yeah, so that's how to use order blocks, just additional confluence. Never execute alone from order blocks, but you need to analyze what happened in the order block. So that's this extension symmetries. Let's see what we've got here. I have only one. What is going to show us? Now it's not important, this one, but balance zones, we do have multiple pools you will be watching, who are giving us some clues what's going to happen. So the most important range for you was the stabilization at the lows, and it's giving us very clear targets. You already are in the 2 to 3, so it's 2 to 1 extension. Now Bitcoin is, you can see how the range is created here. I need to change everything here, it's just too crazy. So Bitcoin is already ranging in between 1 to 1. That's actually 1 to 1. 1 to 1 extension. Start completion. This is 2 to 1 region, and you see we already are ranging in between 2.5 as well. 2.5 was resistance here as well. In case Bitcoin moves beyond 107,000, I already have target, and it's potentially for creating new all-time high, maybe even swing failure pattern with this combined. We potentially may do new range here. In case Bitcoin starts losing the 100,988, very key level, then you will expect a new range to be formed here. That's the beauty of balance zones. Yeah, this applies to any market, and symmetry is critical. Symmetry is everything. Yeah, it's coming from fuel in the system, and that's how we'll be playing this. You can predict where future range occurs with balance zones, and it's not also giving you targets. We hide this one. This is even larger time frame pool, 4 hour time frame. This is again serving me as future target. So I see Bitcoin found stability at 1. This is very crucial pool, by the way. This was like first proper medium time frame range on Bitcoin. So we found critical lows around 175 or even a bit below. So in the future, when you go beyond this high and you fail, you don't do swing failure pattern from liquidity. From 113,000. By the way, this is matching the high on the previous pool. And you go beyond, then you've got another nice target, which is going to be symmetrical move out of this for here. You will, and all the people who are shorting here, you will be destroying them up here. 120,000 to 120,002 is gonna be future target for Bitcoin. Mark it. Another pool, this is secondary pool to complete these pools. Now, what I see here, Bitcoin was also ranging here. It did 1 to 1 extension over here. And when you go beyond this high, you will have 1 to 1 extension box here, which is over here. Future range potentially, and future rejection. 118,000 target. So that's from balance zones. What you need to know. Local fibs we watch, so we have high time frame pool far away, and then more local pool is here. VWAP closes, we don't need to explain. Let's go further. Trap traders. The trap traders are still, I need to rechart them. I need to add fresh ones because we are trapping shorts on the way to the upside. Just want to show you how it's still working really well. So when we are pushing to all-time highs on Binance, we are trapping all-time high FOMO longs. Open interest was increasing, and now these people continue to be resistance over here. They were giving you nice shots, and another rejection here is still coming from them. So beautiful. Same like here. Yeah, FOMO longs here. Now we got the rejection. And another thing, when we hide this, what you need to understand as well. This was 25. Yes. So 25 February. This was big breakdown to the downside for Bitcoin. And we were experiencing a very high open interest increase. So massive shorts were running here. The proper thing was, so market was already stopping here, but it tries to squeeze them, and we can see the big squeeze of them happened over here. The open interest was going down like crazy with this move, so massive damage to these people shorting here. You always want to know where like huge chunks of people are at the same place, and then you can do massive short squeeze out of them. Yeah, so this move was like had a lot of fuel from these people. They made a lot of money on the way to the downside for sure, but we know most people in the crypto markets are too greedy and they fail to take profit. So yeah, short squeeze also happened. So daily time frame. Now we are moving to higher time frames a bit. We can see from daily time frames. I don't even have much naked dailies. They are so far away. But one thing you can notice, this was the highest close for Bitcoin in its history, 21st of January, and we've got then multiple, like so many weeks. Yeah, so it's very like this area is very strong resistance. That's why I had trade area there. I was telling you, and now they also got. So we tried to close above. We've closed above, but immediately next day you are losing it. So if you want to see attack for the all-time highs, what you need to do is again push to the upside, close candle above, and then continue, yeah, for the all-time high. Not immediately next day losing it, like during Asia immediately losing the gains. That's not what you want to see. So this naked daily will be crucial for further upside. Okay, let's turn this off. So that's from daily time frame. I don't think we have any weekly. On weekly time frame, only highest weekly close. Again, you are losing this as well. You want to close above it and then hold it as a support, so as a good base. New naked weekly is far away, and monthly time frame is now also very decisive. Oh yeah, monthly, and where is month ending? It's still 12 days away. So the monthly close will be important for us. If we close about 102,362. If we do, then it's gonna be very bullish from the high time frames. Yeah, because you will have highest close for Bitcoin, and then you open the road for much larger candles. So yeah, monthly will be interesting in 2 weeks time. Naked pogs you will be watching on our way to the upside and to the downside. We have a few here, but yeah, like the support is pretty scattered. And then we have composite naked pogs. We have only one here, 94k. What else I can show you here? Swing failure patterns. We are liquidity. Yeah, I'll be showing you that in Orderflow. I don't want to show that here. One more thing, and this is another pool you can watch, is you can go to 4-hour time frame. Hope it loads. Yeah, finally it's loading. So Bitcoin, as Bitcoin was in the, like this pool was not valid before until you started moving to the downside. Fuck, this Tradinglite is not working well. It's just a mess. Okay, so you move to the downside, you found support here, so you've got already 2 really good points. You can start pushing this, pulling this pull, and we also got very strong impulse to the upside here into the 6-month VWAP. So that's another reason why you are seeing rejections here. People who were focusing on trading this range, who were loading up at 90k, for example, with breakout, they also hit target. So a lot of people here are hitting profits. High time frame traders, medium time frame traders, even local traders, everybody taking profit. You can see that on spot markets, like we sold 300 million on spot. Is it true? Minus 60 million down to 280. Also 200 million was sold here, or 220 million was sold here on spot market. So, and that's just automatic take profits because so many traders are hitting profit targets. So you see, this is still not only new shorts are coming here, but also the taking profit is actually even stronger area. Well, how you want to see more upside from this time frame is just very clean. You want to reclaim 105,600 and close above, start creating new value above and push to the upside. So this is really good poll to watch for high time frame traders. So for swing traders, you can complement it with medium time frame VA. You can see the POCs are aligning. You can also see where I'm expecting a range in higher portion of this pool. Actually, what can happen, we can even create larger range here, again larger range on the pullback. Yeah, so watch the 6-month high volume node and be aware of it. This is where most volume was traded. Again, if you lose this, it's not going to be good because you will open. I will then look for these lows and for the 6-month val, which is 85,000. Another very strong area of interest is now 85,000, 89,500, and it's just below. You will be testing the market structure. So it's middle of the inefficiency, but in case order books change character here, can be good support. Yeah, so just watch it in the future. So crucial pull for us to watch. So I gave you my expectations for more downside. Still, the things are not happening for more downside. I want to see them happening. If they are not happening, I will be just continuing trading this range locally. I will look for new shorts, as I was showing you. By the way, no financial advice, just education and entertainment. I will be looking for swing failure pattern from this high and then back into my trade area. And for sure, I need to see more evidence. We are changing market structure and losing the critical regions from AMT and other things I was showing. Let's have a look on Orderflow. Orderflow data I'm showing you can change like in few hours, so this can be obsolete pretty fast, but I still want to show you because some things will not change, which are really strong. We'll be starting with we can start with liquidity. So what matters here, in case you want to build really good reward ratio longs and you want to grab this liquidity, I still like this is still pivotal low for me because I see we have still really good liquidity build up. So I'm looking, like I have alerts here at 100,600 and I'll be looking for liquidities grab in the future down to 100,000. You also have some liquidity below 100k, so you can even briefly lose 100k, but you want to reclaim it back, yeah, because it's also an efficiency. So 100k can be lost, but it needs to reclaim, needs fast reclaim. Then you need to reclaim the low, and it's gonna show you the liquidity sweep was the main purpose of market moving down. Move beyond further and you go much lower because you don't have much liquidity to damage. It means like heavy sellers just exiting market and so on. To the upside, we can see internal liquidity was grabbed here. It was first confluence for our swing failure pattern short. Another big liquidity chunk was taken from 10-day range. And we still have some chunks open from 107,000 up to 108,000. So in the future, if you get back into the high, can be another swing failure pattern and rejection. So that's what you will watch from liquidity perspective. Now we can go to Kiyotaka. Let's have a look on order books. I will be refreshing everything. I can go over my templates. These templates I made for our community. They are free to grab from our Discord. So let's see what we've got here. You can see like a lot of distribution is happening. I need to refresh the Okotoki as well, so you will see who is doing that. But you can see here like heavy sell side, like Coinbase is distributing very heavily, very heavily. 110,000 is future resistance. It's protecting all-time highs. So I think we might get swing failure pattern in the future of all-time highs with such sell pressure. Oh, it's very heavy. protection. And you see the Coinbase and Binance are distributing together each 500, and each round number heavy selling pressure. 107,000 like defended also heavily. On the buy side we have 100,000 getting protected now, and then below it's 98,000 decent, and then 97 a bit. Yeah, but yeah, that's how it looks. And visually we can see Bitcoin can easily continue ranging here, because especially like if some buyers come on Bitcoin today, you can easily move to back to 105,000 to retest trap longs from the highs, and then maybe we get another chance for short. You can see how these demand nodes are holding, but it's not going to be that easy for Bitcoin to push to the upside, because you are building that selling pressure, and now also selling pressure is building at the highs for potential swing for a pattern is, I think, decent. 91 Bitcoins, 157. Oh, that's good. So that's how market looks here. And perpetuals, the most important pair in the world, is pretty empty. The whale was having games here, but he's I think already filled. The whale, I think, in my opinion, was filling new longs. He might potentially be immediate resistance for Bitcoin as well, as he wants to get out, but maybe he will place walls. If he don't, then I don't know, because we are close to all-time highs. Why would someone take profit with thousands of Bitcoins here? It doesn't make sense. It was very likely passive market participant who wanted to save on fees and to fill his positions. Yeah, a big wall filled there. So it's very likely he was. You see multiple walls here, so the whale very likely is in long here. He's trapped now, so he potentially can become resistance. Watch that field. Yeah, a lot of resistances here. So it's just interesting, right? Order books we check on TRDR, CVD we can check on other template. Really good reset of open interest. Longs getting long here destroyed. Longs getting long here destroyed. Just beautiful. Liquidations going up. Funding rate still a bit elevated, but it's healthy. How is premium looking? Coinbase premium is still positive. So Coinbase is, we know Sailor is buying. He was sharing he is buying Bitcoin again. And Coinbase premium is still up. So you see the demand is still coming from US. People are snacking on Bitcoin in this range. Kimchi premium, people are still heavily long on. Also in Korea, the premium is pretty high there. They were shorting here. So yeah. You are getting fuel from kimchi, from South Korean traders. In case you move to the downside, you will be destroying them. They are flipping into longs too late. You can see that on some streamers as well. And the ETF premium, I still don't know. I need to backtest this. But ETF premium is now in line, pretty much in line with the underlying asset. Here was pretty cheap, and then actually premium. Here was actually more expensive. Funny, and then it's sorted out. Yeah, I don't use this metric as much. I need to backtest. And finally, we can have a look on TRDR, and that's going to be it for today. All the main templates. So for me, it's not a surprise. Bitcoin is ranging here. I was looking for a lot of shorts at the top of the range, and also for some longs. I had more shorts than longs, to be honest. And you can see here the pressure got very, very strong. You've got double band, so local and medium time frame both. Like a lot of these orders, market started counting a lot of these orders, and there was not much buyers here. Yeah, so that's why, like you are feeling a lot of spot sell walls. You've got a lot of sell walls above, so market knows you need heavy volume to continue higher, and nobody is layering buying orders. Only here, this was like nothing. They pulled it away. Again, a bit of here. So there was not much support once big selling started on spot market. So that's what TRDR was showing us. Very heavy imbalance between passive buyers, passive sellers. You've got some supports here, so that's why we are ranging. But you know, this is what matters here. You keep, like, you started to have biggest pressure in the past 10 days here. So you have to have some short as well for potential move to the downside. Today was also FUD, the strategy which is holding heavy amounts of Bitcoin. They are getting a lawsuit, so it can maybe harm market sentiment as well. So definitely have some short, you know, when I told you what I want to see for more downside. Let's go to other templates. If we, oh yeah, we have some fuel as well. Market, by the way, this post I was making for traders. Let's go here, and I was predicting, look at that. So volatility, I was expecting, this is just volatility breakdown. I was expecting volatility starts to increase and Bitcoin will be fun to trade again, about 100,000. And we see volatility is increasing massively in this region. Is this, how is this prediction possible? Well, it's super easy. You don't have much volumes here. So the market participants were not agreeing on price here much. Okay, so volatility is like guaranteed here, and same like here. Volatility is also guaranteed to increase in these regions, especially also here. Yeah, and here is even more crazy. Look at volatility index. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just saying what is happening. So we go here. We go to volatility index. It should be heavily up today. Oh yeah. Yeah, you see how it's rising again. From 1 over the weekend, it's over 250 already. Now it's like really good scalping as well, because you get like 1% moves intraday, 1-2% moves easy, and it's continue to rise. So, but you see, we spend most of the time in the yellow and in the light blue area. So yeah, that's Bitcoin. This is very extreme environment when something is getting wrecked in the world or in crypto. Yeah, so you don't spend much time in such crazy volatility. You just need to trade this volatility. So we were pushing very heavy fuels into the highs. Yeah, that's why the pullbacks were so juicy. Like first pullback gave me 2.5%, very good, and the second pullback 5%. Yeah, look at that, because you again loaded up 1.6 billion aggregated data. That's coming from all exchanges. Do you see the symmetry? Do you see why market is stopping here now? Yeah, because it's taking out everybody out. It's actually even more, like 2 billion was traded here, and that's why you see now the range. And potentially these people shorted. If we continue ranging, you have another fuel to the upside, and you will do this. Yeah, and then that's how range works. You chop these people like good carrot in France. Yeah. If you, the range trading is the most easiest thing. So you just need to be and trade the range while it exists. Liquidations also going up now to the upside, to the downside. That's okay. You see a lot of people are risking now heavily. Open interest getting like a lot of open interest from this pump. This like destroyed totally, and again totally. So this pump is already now spot is taking over. CVD. What is CVD doing, by the way? You've got the local bull CVD view card, because we come delta come into the lows, but we are holding above the low. So there was very local bullish CVD. Also spot market is same like bullish CVD. People large sellers still are getting absorbed. Refresh. These templates are not loading somehow. Oh, yeah. Nice. More templates. Also visual representation where the sellers are looking. Again, as I said, at the highs you will be watching 98k defended strongly, and then it's more thin. You see, it's more order books are more thin to the downside. Yeah, so like less buying activity compared to sellers are still lurking higher. So you pretty much are waiting at the range extremes now to short Bitcoin again from the highs. Look for swing failure pattern from these lows, so you can be really patient. Any other template we can check. Funding rate is okay. Yes, I think that's it. Okay, traders, so I think we can seal this analysis. So you should be ready to the upside, to the downside. One more thing I can show you are trade areas where I'm looking to interact with market. I can show you them because this decision point, if you interact with them, is coming when you come inside them from the order flow. So you at least know where to look for battles. Yeah, so you have this trade area played out. This trade area is still here. It was front run. So I consider started area already gave trade. So another trade area for me, like high probability trade area. Of course, you can have a lot of trades here, yeah, but when you come for deeper pullback, you will be filling single prints, taking major liquidity. Potentially, we've got another trade from here. We will be reactive here, so we will see. If this is getting lost, very limited support for Bitcoin, you will need to let market fill the low volume node, single prints, and then you start to come into the first trade area. From high time frames, again, we have a 6-month POC and 3-month POC. Double order blocks, it's start of the previous range, so you have VAR to be defended, it's also local range. This low to be swept for swing failure pattern, so you have very interesting confluence there. A bit lower, we have potentially bullish retest of the previous range from 2 weeks point of control, naked point of controls, the army of anchor VWAPs to be done, and you really want to stop here because we have major liquidity starting from here. This is very I can show you this liquidity. This is this is very, very serious. Yeah, so you need to be really careful if you start coming into that area. Yeah, from 94, like you want to interact with market, but if you start breaking down, then you really need to let market take all of this. It's very fat from 93 to 90. It's like huge build up. And only after you grab liquidity, and then because the liquidity is building up because you have higher highs and higher lows. Yeah, so nobody was getting stopped out. After you destroy everybody in this box, then the new trade opportunity is lurking up, and I'm already can name this area as a swing. Yeah, so from here you don't want to only hold day trade like for a few days, but you want to swing which can last for a few weeks. Yes, so this is how it looks. I have more trade area below if this is lost, but I don't want to confuse you. That's all we need for now because we trade. Like I said, our traders, it's possible we will be trading range 110,000 to 90k on Bitcoin until end of the summer. It's very possible, so we will be ready for that. And I can be wrong, of course. Bitcoin can break out 110,000 all-time high, no swing failure pattern, then we start to push into big targets I was just showing you. Just remember 113,000 for major all-time high swing failure pattern and failed action, 118,000 and then 122,000. Those are another big immediate targets to the upside from big extensions. Thanks for watching, traders. I'm now going to trade New York session. So far is nothing's crazy happening, but yeah. So thanks for watching, traders, and I'll see you in the group. If you want to learn, just join us and don't hesitate. Bye.